There's a whole lot of happiness inside and a lot of holiday cheer as well. The brand new Christmas in July kit from Gina K Designs is here and I can't wait to share it with you. You can shop everything that I'm showing you today in the video description below by clicking the More button, where you'll find all of the links to the products that I'm sharing. So let's see what's in this box. Oh my goodness. Okay. I am so excited about this because I love vintage Christmas lights. They remind me of my grandma's tree, and she had them on her tree up until the day that she died. She loved like the old style, like big, huge bulb Christmas lights, and they were probably really dangerous by that point. But this makes me so happy. So this is called Let Your Light Shine. It's a stamp. Oh my goodness, look. You have coordinating dies that cut everything out and a stencil for those bulbs as well. That's exciting. So there's a lot of different things on the stamp. Of course, you have your strand of lights. You have your sentiments, let your light shine, merry and bright, you light up my world, Merry Christmas, feel the magic of the season, and then a whole lot of sparkle and shine. So there is that bundle. Okay, Christmas trees. Oh, Christmas tree. This is so cute. This is so modern and fresh, and I love it. There are, let's see, 9 different Christmas trees here in different shapes and sizes. Now, some of these go on one another. So it looks like these little stars can layer on this tree here. You can put these dots on that tree. Looks like this can go to that tree. So lots of different options here for mixing and matching things up. This is so cool. I love this. So I can see a lot of really cool stamping techniques with this one. Then we have our sentiments, Oh Christmas Tree, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and yours, and Happy New Year. Then you have dots, little snowflakes, and sparkles. This is so cute. And then you have the dies to coordinate, so that makes it really easy to put it on any background of your choice, and the sentiments also cut out as well. I love that Gina always does that. Oh my goodness. Look at what else we have. Layered mistletoe. This is amazing. Okay, so this is a stencil, a layering stencil. It looks like it is 3 stencils. So cool. And it creates this layered 3D looking mistletoe wrapped up in a bow. That is so cute. I love that. It's very playful and fun. Now, do you want to see what your free gift is this month? Because this is going to blow you away. I already took it out of the box because it was right on top and I wanted to wait until the end. So I opened the box just for a second, took it out, had a little squeal, and this is your free gift. How cool is this? It's called Starlight Sparkle Gel. Take a look at the intense sparkle of this. Now it is iridescent, so there's all sorts of colors in this gel, so it doesn't matter, you know, what you're using it on top of. It is amazing. Now, I am instantly wanting to use it to make these light bulbs sparkly. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so let's put that away. So that is your Christmas in July kit. But I got a few extra products that go along with the kit that I want to share with you too. And those are brand new Poly-Glaze foiling sheets that coordinate with the kit as well. So you have the Let Your Light Shine Poly-Glaze. Let's take a look at everything it has in there. Look, you have all of your sentiments, all of your sparkly bits, you have your lights. It's going to have everything in there. And then you can use your dies to die cut those out because they all coordinate. Amazing. Here's Oh Christmas Tree. So you're going to have all of your trees in here. Look at this one with all the stars. I can't wait to see that in foil. So fantastic. And all your sentiments too. Amazing. And then of course, This is great too. We have the layered mistletoe, but the great thing about it is it's just the outline. So then you can take your stencils and color in the inside with your stencils. So be sure to add these to your cart as well with your kit so that you have even more shiny possibilities with your brand new Christmas in July kit. Okay, I'm so excited about this. I have to get my thoughts together and come up with a plan for my first card because I have so many ideas. As soon as I opened my kit box, I was immediately enamored with the Let Your Light Shine product suite, and so I feel like I have to start off with this one. What I love the most is the strand of lights. What I also like is that you can take a stamp and kind of get an idea for where you want it to go. And I always love creating in a diagonal line. So I'm going to run my strand of lights in a diagonal across my card like that and just see where it goes from there. But we are going to use the stamp first and then grab that art stencil, add some color and some sparkle gel too. So let's get started. All right, so I am just going to take off my stamp here very carefully, place it down on my paper. I want to make sure that I have enough space here to get those light bulbs on the edges. So I'm going to kind of turn it this way a little bit because I also might want to frame it out with one of my master layouts dies as well. So I'm trying to get an idea for leaving that kind of space for all these what ifs. I'm going to place that there and pick up my stamp. It's okay if my paper moves. I know that it was sitting in that A2 box on my grid there. Now, if you are old enough to remember these vintage lights, sometimes they came in brown, but most often they came in a really dark green, like dark spruce. And so I think dark spruce is the way to go. So I'm going to go ahead and ink those up. Now I did wipe them off with my hand a little bit to try to get some of that excess manufacturing oil off of those. You can also use an eraser as well, but we're just going to stamp a couple of times and see how it goes here. Just very carefully pick that up. Now, when your stamp is new, it's going to be the most sticky. So that is when you'll likely see that it lifts up your paper, but the more you stamp with a stamp, the more well-loved it's going to be, the less sticky it's going to be. And that looks great. You can still see those really fine details in there too. So look at those, the little clips that attach to your tree branches. You can still see those little clips. So this is a really fine stamp that you don't want to smush hard. You just want to give it a really even light touch with that one. Okay, now I have the Let Your Light Shine stencil on top of my cardstock, and I've lined up each of these little light bulbs so that you can just see a tiny, tiny bit of that dark spruce light bulb base through the stencil because you want to make sure that your light bulb looks like it's actually attached. I have everything set up on my double background 2 grip mat. So this is a stamp and a grip mat together. It sticks perfectly to my glass surface and keeps everything in place. Now I have my inks lined up here: Coral Reef, Grass Green, Wild Dandelion, Blue Raspberry, and Bubblegum Pink. This one can't fit on there, but I'm going to use that one too. The awesome thing about this is that I looked up what the colors were of the old style bulbs, and I was instantly blasted to the past. I saw the True Tone bulb packaging, and those are the ones that my grandmother had, so I really had fun looking at that. So these are kind of the standard colors that these bulbs used to be. So I'm lining up my micro brushes here because it's going to be really easy to color each of these in without doing a lot of masking using these micro brushes. So I'm just going to grab a couple extra brushes to complete the set. So to make this really easy, I put each brush by each color so that I won't mix them up. So I'm going to start with Coral Reef, and I'm just going to tap off on the top to make sure that I don't get too much color in there. But literally just doing a little circle. That's it. Now we're going to be doing another fun little technique after I color these in without the stencil, but I'll share that in a moment. Next is Grass Green, and then Wild Dandelion. Now this green is a little close to the yellow, so I'm just going to do a quick wipe just so those two don't get mixed up. I want that yellow to be extra yellow. Then Blue Raspberry. This is so much easier to do without masking, and these already look fantastic. Then I'm going to use Bubblegum Pink. All right, so those are my 5 colors. I'm just going to use the same sequence of colors all the way down through the strand until it's all colored. Okay, now for the reveal of those light bulbs. Oh, that is so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I will clean this off later, but here's what I'm going to do, because these light bulbs let off a really cute little glow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap off my brush to make sure there's not a lot of ink on there, and I'm just going to do like a little halo of color, right? Just like a little glow. You can go left and right, just adding that teeny tiny bit of a glow there. Now some colors are going to let off a little bit more of a glow than others, like that blue raspberry is really bright. Pink I'm going to re-ink up because it's a little bit lighter. You can kind of take the same color throughout. Just make sure you're tapping off so that you don't get a ton of color on there. And to get the least amount of color, you can just pick up the color that you tapped off onto your surface. There we go. Let me just show you this up close so you can take a look at it. Because what makes this technique really easy are those micro blending brushes, because they have those round edges, so it's like a little circle, so it makes it really easy to do this, and it just gives it a little bit more color. Now I've cleaned off my stencil with alcohol. I'm going to replace it just over where I colored my light bulbs. So line it up exactly where you placed it before. Really easy to do with all those bright colors. You really want to make sure that this is really stuck down, because you don't want any space between your cardstock and your stencil in this case. And I'm also going to hold it down while I work, just so that there is, no space in the middle, because your paste can leak underneath of your stencil. Now, this is the new sparkle gel, Starlight Sparkle Gel. It's gorgeous. And this is your free gift with the kit this month. This you want to keep because you need to put that back on top. So make sure you hold on to that. Now, we don't need a ton of gel, friends. These are little holes, and so there won't be a ton needed. I'm sure I have way too much as it is. Okay, so I'm going to take my spatula, press down on these lights, and get that gel on my light bulbs to make them super sparkly. I'm gonna get a tiny bit more maybe. The faster that you work, the faster that this will dry. You won't get too much in there. Now, this is picking up some of the color because I just put a little bit back, so you don't want to get color in your gel. So I'm going to stop there. And it looks gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to clean off my stencil in just a second, right after I show you this sparkle and shine. But take a look at that. So this not only makes them sparkly, but it gives them a little bit of dimension and it makes them shiny as well. So I love that. Now I'm going to set this aside to dry while I work on my sentiment. I've taken out my fused foiling system and I've grabbed two different foils, Wild Dandelion because it has that nice yellowy gold, and then this is Deco foil from Thermoweb in Rainbow. So I thought I would give both of them a try just to see which one I liked better. This is the Let Your Light Shine Poly-Glaze foiling sheet set. So I'm going to cut out two Marion Brights because I can't decide if I want rainbow or gold, but I might as well just go ahead and do both, and then I'll have one for another card and run it through my machine. And my machine is already heated up, ready to go on a setting of 3. Oh, but the one thing that I almost forgot about is I want to wipe everything down with a Swiffer to make sure that there's no dust on the surfaces of my design or the foil. Okay, let's see what we think about this rainbow design first. Here's the reveal. Oh, that is so cute. Look at that. Bright and rainbow and lovely. Love that. Alrighty, let's look at this reveal. Oh, it's gonna be so hard to choose. Look at that. So pretty. All right. And there are our stars. All right, so I'm going to turn off my machine and then we can die cut all of this out. Before I move on, I'm going to put my grip mat underneath my mini Intricut to hold it in place so that it doesn't jump. Before moving on with this next step, I want you to be sure that your paste is fully dry. If not, just grab your heat tool and give it a good once over to make sure that it's fully dry. You should be able to run your hands over without any of the paste coming off. Okay, so now that mine is dry, I'm going to take this stitched rectangle from Master Layouts 14 and I'm going to do a little trimming here, just making sure that I have even spacing from top to bottom, left to right, and then I'll get this taped in place and die cut this off camera. So I'm just cutting a piece of Christmas pine to 3 7/8. 5 1/8. That's perfect. Okay, let me move that out of the way. But I don't want to stop there because I have all of these bright colors here. So I want to put a bright color in my background, and I'm choosing Jelly Bean Green cardstock, which I think looks great with my lights. I'm grabbing 1mm foam adhesive from scrapbook.com to adhere this together. Now, after checking out both of my sentiment options, I really have to choose the rainbow. It is just adorable. I also love how the sentiment fits right there at the top. And then I can add some of those stars around my lights. See how perfectly that works? It's meant to be. So I'm going to take this off and add some foam adhesive to the back. Now this star would be a little bit difficult to adhere using the foam, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. But I am going to add some foam to these stars. Okay, how fun is this card? It is glittery, it's colorful, it has rainbows and foil, and I just love every bit of it. It's retro too. It just doesn't get any better than this. Thanks so much for watching as I created this card using the brand new Christmas in July kit from Gina K Designs. If you love creating cards for the holidays and you love getting them done early, now is the time to purchase this kit and get that free gift, that amazing sparkle gel that I know you'll love creating with. Scroll down just below this video to the video description and click the More button, where you'll find all of the links to the products that I've shared in today's video. I hope this card has given you some inspiration to use when your kit arrives, and I wish you happy creating.